I'm Luann Golick. I'm one of the Title I teachers here at Sun Valley. We have a model that we use that works well for us that started out a number of years ago that has ended up being a good fit for blended learning. What we do is our students that are strategic or core come to the Lit Lab here with the computers, and they work on Imagine Learning at this time. Prior to that, it was iReady, and their teacher works with a small group here at the Horseshoe Table. Our parapro monitors and motivates the students on the computer online resource. The interventionists, Cheryl Kaw, Title I teacher, and Kathleen Wesley, PAL teacher, and myself, we take the intensive students next door where we work with them in a small group setting. And those students, along with their peers, get to go on Imagine Learning at a different time during the day with their classmates, either in their classroom with their laptops or in the computer lab.
I'm Lisa Jager with Sun Valley Elementary, and this is our kindergarten through second grade literacy lab, computer lab. This year what we've done is set up learning targets. Our number one learning target this year was I can log in to iReady and Imagine Learning in 60 seconds. The second learning target was I can do my work correctly, not quickly, with an 80% accuracy or higher on their lesson. To help the students stay motivated in logging in and getting started right away once they enter into the literacy lab, I've developed a 60-second login target to Imagine Learning and the iReady program. So we have the teachers' names on the board. As the students reach the learning target or hit the learning target, they've logged in within 60 seconds or less, their name gets to go onto the board. We've also posted out into the hallway where the students' names are public, so any other students walking by can see that they have logged in within 60 seconds or less. And it just provides a sense of pride and motivation for our students who are in the literacy lab, knowing that they've accomplished that goal.
He went down the real fast. Mary, Mary, I had the life of a dream.
Merrily, merrily, so merrily. Life is but a dream. So the program that the students are currently on is called Imagine Learning. We are piloting this program at this time. The children have found it very engaging. There's a lot of chatter that goes on between the student and the computer program. The students have to follow along. They have to read the words that are highlighted on the screen in some areas, and they speak through a microphone, and it records them reading the book or singing the song. At that time, at the end, the students are allowed to click a button and hear it play back in their voice. So some of these students, when we first piloted, this was the first time they got to hear their own voice through a set of headphones. So they found it very fascinating. They giggled a lot. They thought it was funny. They loved it. So they would repeatedly record themselves reading the song over and over, singing it, or reading the book over and over. And it's a very engaging program. Another way to help the students stay motivated, every Friday is stamp day. And I print out the reports at the end of the week and for Imagine Learning for each class. I highlight where the children locate their lessons, and each child is brought up to the reporting area, the stamping area, and they locate their name on the data sheet, the data report. Then they follow it to the yellow highlighted area, and that's how many stamps they get. It's according to how many lessons they passed that week. They then have a stamp card where they get to stamp themselves however many lessons they pass. So if they pass 3 lessons, they get 3 stamps. I place those stamp cards in full view where everyone can see them inside the literacy lab. This is our monthly board where this is group goal setting, and at the end of every month for first grade and second grade, I add up how many lessons each class passed, and then I rank them into first place, second place, third place, or fourth place. There's also an accuracy card that I put up there according to what percentage the class, what accuracy did the class complete their lessons as a whole. This is the 60-second login target that I've placed outside in the hallway. All of our students line up to come into the literacy lab out here. This way they're able to see their name publicly displayed on a board. This is a goal that's individual, and it falls under the teacher's name. As the students hit the 60-second login target, I come outside and I place their name on the board. Children take great pride in seeing their name. They love to see their friends' names or their brothers and their sisters, and it's just a fun way for them to continue to stay motivated to log in under 60 seconds. Boys and girls, the alarm is going off and it's time to log out of your program. Show me what you're supposed to do when you log out of your program. Miss Chanel, it's time to log out. Yes, you can see. All right.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Excellent job today. Please push in your chair. Don't forget your book bag.
Under. Where do we put it? Where you lose it, where do you put it?
Here at Sun Valley, when it comes to Imagine Learning or iReady, we print out weekly reports, and these are data reports that show how many lessons a student has passed for the week, and typically their accuracy, how well they did on the lessons. Every Friday is stamp day, so what we do is we have the students come up. They will pull their card off of the board, which is just magnetized, just a magnetic sticky. They bring it over here to the stamping area. I have taken the report and I have highlighted where I want them to start counting how many lessons they have passed. What the student does on their own is they'll find their name. They'll put the ruler under here. I tell them start at the yellow and count the check marks. This is Imagine Learning, and their report is through sessions completed. Sessions completed are reflected by a check mark. So they start here and they count 1, 2. That student then takes their card, their stamp card, over here to the box because I don't want this wood to get inked. They then take a little paint dabber and they will stamp 2 stamps according to however many lessons they pass. They then take the card. I tell them congratulations on your hard work, and they place their card back over here. They go back to their station, and that's when they incorporate back into the Imagine Learning program, and I call up the next student. It's self-reflection, it's setting goals. We do it every week. It's consistent. Every Friday is stamp day. If the students are going to be on a field trip or there's no school on Friday, then I bump it up to Thursday.
Fished.
Very good. You got it.
Other.
Right. That's right. Where is that? Good.
I'm Cheryl Kaw from Sun Valley Elementary School, one of the Title I teachers here. And we just started using Imagine Learning a couple months ago with our classes, kindergarten through 3rd grade. And prior to that, we used iReady. And previous to that was Success Maker. We've always had this model incorporated with some kind of technology resource. We work with the most struggling students in our small groups. 3 of the interventionists pull them aside to work intensively for 30 minutes. The classroom teacher pulls other kids' strategic and benchmark aside within the lab setting to either enrich or further remediate as needed. And it's been a great success. Next one, I'm going to cover the picture so all you can look at is the text. Are you ready?
This is a Hi is a home for peace.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Wesley. I'm the PAL teacher and at Sun Valley. And at Sun Valley, PAL and Title work together in the lab and the intervention setting. We meet with our teachers once a month, call it a reading workout time. And at that time, we have the students on the computers doing, right now we're doing the Imagine Learning. And we teachers sit down together, go over our data, and make decisions on who's growing, who needs something extra with it, and who's had success. Look at this. These apple pie. The mom and the daughter are going to go, and they're actually going to go pick some apples. Okay? So let's see how they start in all the things they need. What you want to do is remember too, because I'm going to be asking you when you're done, well, all the steps. All the steps they had to do to make this delicious pie. Okay, here they are. What are they doing? Right.
And we'll mark how many times you've read it. How many times have you read it? Two. Reggie's two. Read it. Let me hear you read it.
When we first began the program this year in January, none of us were familiar with the program enough to actually teach it to the children. So what we found was when we introduced the program to the students are not afraid to navigate through the program. They have a natural curiosity. They're not afraid to touch buttons, or click buttons, things like that. And they themselves taught themselves how to navigate through the program. They did the necessary steps. They clicked where they thought they needed to click. In Imagine Learning, it usually has a blinking light. The children automatically go to that blinking light with their mouse, and they click on that, and that tends to be the next step.